Jared and Lindsay here at Cedar Point for opening weekend of Halloween Haunt 2022 or Halloweekends 2022, however you prefer to say it. Looking awful spooky here in the Midway. I think it's pretty much the same decorations that they always put up in the Midway, but often they do sort of move them around. This in particular looks really good at night because they usually have a scare actor up there walking around and posing for pictures. Hopefully they're going to do that this year. The haunted houses, scare zones, and trails don't open up until 8 o'clock, so we still got a little bit of time before then. But this is one of the reimagined houses I was talking about earlier. This is the Haunting of Eerie Estate. Basically what they've done is they've taken Eerie Estate, which had been here many years at the park, and they've rethemed it to a ghost hunting type adventure where you are the investigators examining paranormal activity inside Eerie Estate. It looks like they are going to be doing some tastings this year. It wasn't evident when I was doing my little preview video, but here's a couple of them. Syringe burger and little pumpkin roll. That looks pretty tasty. Oh, also returning this year is the VIP experience over here by the Millennium Forest. Now, I'm not entirely sure how you get into the VIP experience. I don't know if it's an extra ticket or what the deal is. But there it is. I really like the setup they have though. It looks really nice. You can see some outdoor fireplaces, some really comfortable looking seating there underneath the tent. I thought last year they had live music. I don't see a stage or any area where they're going to be doing that this year. But I'm betting you can get food and drinks, or at least drinks, right there at the Millennium Club Lounge booth.
Okay, should you get a picture of her before and one after? Then the tears.
I love the little pumpkin dude over there.
Looks like a ghost riding it.
Yeah. Banished. Yeah, a lot of this looks new from what I remember last year. And then back in here we've got some rotten pumpkins. Oh man, we got all the little scare actors getting ready to open up the zone. I love the addition of the rotten pumpkins. I believe you can get these from Ghost Ride Productions if anybody's interested in. They make amazing props, especially these pumpkins. So I'm back here by Steel Vengeance, and this is where the new haunted house this year, Bloodbath, is located. But as you can see, it's not open, and it's not going to open today, which is kind of a bunch of crap because last year I came down to Halloweekends and the new attraction was Blood on the Bayou was moved, and it also was an opening weekend. So that's 2 years in a row the new event not open for opening night. It does say it's going to open up tomorrow. Unfortunately, I won't be here to see it, so I don't know. That might be something to think about in the future if Cedar Point does have a new haunted house, that there's a good chance it doesn't open opening night or opening weekend, because for the last 2 years that's what the case has been. Well, and speaking of Blood on the Bayou, I think what we're going to do is head over there and do that for the first time ever. But first, we're going to go through Cutthroat Cove, which is going to dump us out pretty close to Blood on the Bayou. So that's pretty fun. I had a couple good scares there. They got you really good.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job, but most of them happened like right up ahead of me, like they were getting the group in front of us. But good time through Cutthroat Cove. There we go, heading into Blood on the Bayou, and I'm really excited to do this one. I really wanted to do it last year. I had a lot of hope for it, but like I said, I didn't get to do it. I'll let you know what I think about it when we get out to Blood on the Bayou. Man, this looks like it's way back here. I wonder if it's all the way back to the Forbidden Frontier. Well, we just got out of Blood on the Bayou, and what is that walk? Holy crow, it takes a long time to get back there to that attraction. That's why we're sitting down in these chairs. Lindsay's legs are tired. But what'd you think?
I didn't like it as well as the Cutthroat Cove.
Yeah, I thought the actors did really well. Like, it scared the crud out of me a couple times, but as far as the attraction itself it's basically the Forbidden Frontier. They've added a few things here and there, but overall that's pretty much what it is. It's not, I kind of like the old Blood on the Bayou better.
Yeah.
I thought it had like actual stuff to look at, but I don't know, I don't want to go too hard on it because honestly I thought the actors did really well. Like I said, they scared me. The other thing though is it's confusing back there. Like we kept looping the wrong way before we even got back to where the actual place starts. We ended up in the exit. There's not a lot of staff back there to direct things. So I'm hoping as the event continues through this year, they start kind of staffing it and making the path a little bit clearer, because I mean, I gotta be honest, that part wasn't the greatest. It looks open to me, so I think we're gonna go in. It doesn't seem to be overly busy here tonight. Most of the haunted house lines have been pretty short.
So far, except Cornstalkers, that one seemed long.
Yeah, it did, but I mean, when I passed by it a second time after doing Blood on the Bayou, it didn't seem nearly as long, but so maybe we'll hit that one up next. But this is where we're at on this one. It's usually wrapped around into the second stanchion there. So, well, we just got out of Freak Show. What'd you think?
I thought it was really good. They did an excellent job this year.
Yeah, man, those I got scared a lot. Those actors are really fun in there. I really like Freak Show. It's a good house. It's been here for like, I don't know, 5-6 years now it seems, but I always really enjoy going through it. And they really did a good job, especially the first actor in there. He got us like 3 or 4 times just from moving around, but very enjoyable. Looks like they got clowns back here in Harvest Fair this year. Usually it's like villagers.
Go fishy and bucket. Go fishy and bucket.
I always have a lot of fun in the Harvest Fear Zone. I think a lot of those actors return every year because I think I recognize some of them, but what do you think?
I think they do a great job over there. I'm always impressed.
Found some more flavors of 25th Halloweekends Cedar Point over here by the farmhouse. Some chili bread bowl and a broccoli and cheddar soup bowl. Man, that looks really good from the picture. And this restaurant looks super cool. We're doing Cornstalkers 2.0, Revenge of the Pumpkinheads. All right, Lindsay, I got a lot of hope that this is gonna go well because this line was all the way out the entryway earlier, and now I don't even see the line. And we're almost there. You can see the entrance to the attraction, and there is the end of the line. We're gonna be in that corn in no time. Cornstalkers 2.0. That was pretty fun. I had a good time. Got some really good scares. The fog and the light is awesome in there. The only thing is I wish they had like a couple more props. It seemed like they used to have not a lot of scenes, but they had a couple scenes like with a truck or an outhouse and stuff. They didn't have any of that this year. But the path seemed longer, but who knows? What'd you think? You seemed to jump quite a bit. You were in the lead. That's where I should have been.
Yeah, it was good. I like the corn people. You can never tell where they're at.
Yeah, and the actors in there, they can really move very well up and down the rows of corn in between the people because it's really tight.
Yeah.
But good job. Ooh, stinky, 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 stinky. Heading into Slaughterhouse, and there's no line. Awesome. We're gonna walk right on in. About to head into the Spilton Trails Meat Processing Packaging, Sandusky, Ohio. Cannot wait. Well, we did it, Lindsay. We survived a slaughterhouse. I always enjoy that one. There wasn't as many actors in there as I would expect, but the ones that were in there did a really good job. But I don't know if we caught them during a shift change or what, but
Maybe.
yeah, there's only like 4 or 5 actors, but those of you that were in there, good job. It is a really cool scare zone, and I regret that I can't show more of it. It's just too dark. Whoa! The camera just doesn't pick it up very well. That's about the best I can do for you. For those of you that are fans of the fortune tellers, they have been moved over here by the Millennium Force, right across from this cool little photo op. Back over here by the VIP lounge, and it doesn't look like it's even open tonight. Probably will be open tomorrow or Saturday, I would imagine. So the thing I was most concerned about Halloweekends this year was this area right here and how congested it was gonna get with the return of the Boneyard. Now they had this a couple years ago and it was almost impossible to move through this particular part of the park on nights that it was busy. Fortunately for us here tonight, it's not very busy in the park, but I imagine Friday and Saturday, this area could be quite rough to walk through. And you can see over here, they've got the second stage set up. I'm over here underneath the Iron Dragon where the entrance to Blood on the Bayou used to be. And look, no more houseboat. Instead, they got all these little pumpkins out there in the middle of the water, which I like. Last year, they did still have the houseboat out here, even though they had already moved Blood on the Bayou. And right there's the old entrance to Blood on the Bayou. And I come here every year, and I'm pretty sure these are here every year, but I can never remember the individual pumpkins on top of these stalks. And it's kind of funny because as you can see right there, there's a cord running to each one, so I think they're supposed to be lit up. Not sure why they don't have them going tonight. Pumpkin Hollow. I'm pretty sure that is newly named this year. I don't recall it being called Pumpkin Hollow before. I thought it was like Luminary or some such thing. Oh, and look at this. Mr. Midnight's Fear Emporium. Let's check it out. This is pretty cool. They've got a little themed merchandise store over here. Oh, and look at this. This is a really good idea. I'm glad they did this. They now have themed shirts for each of the houses. This is a very cool shirt. Very nice. $27 or $27.99. I like that print. And you can get it on a sweatshirt too if you prefer. A photo op there. It's a nice addition to the event this year. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there are cords running to these as well, and they're just not lit up, so I'm not sure what's going on. Well, I can see some lit up over here, but we'll take a look at, but I'm sure if you come the rest of the season, all this will be going. It's probably just not on tonight. Oh, look at these guys are lit up. We are now in line for the Haunting of Eerie Estate, and I'm pretty excited to see what's with this particular house because this was one of the better houses, and now that they've sort of reimagined the theme, I'm hoping they've made a lot of changes and not just added like wire and cameras, you know, to the existing scenes. And look at this. Basically no line. But you know what? Like we said earlier, there's not a lot of people here tonight. Well, what did you think of the Haunting of Eerie Estate?
Actors are really good in there.
Yeah, man, they were killing it, man. I jumped so many times. In fact, I think One person got me the worst I think I've ever been gotten at a house. I just wasn't paying attention and it came out of nowhere. So it was really good. I loved it. You guys did an awesome job in there. The house is exactly the same though. I mean, other than they changed the lighting effects and they added a pre-show, other than that, the scenes are all the same, I think, except for there was like one stretch in a hallway that I thought might have been new, but other than that, same Eerie Estate, different lighting, awesome acting. Oh no, they don't have an actor in the little gazebo. Maybe they did earlier, or they will have one throughout the rest of the season. I've kind of noticed that it's been a very light opening night, and they're not usually opening on a Thursday, so I'm not sure if that was a mistake on their part because they weren't able to staff it as it needed to be staffed. I'm sure the rest of the weekend will be fine and the rest of the season, but I'm sure it's going to get plenty busy enough for these Thursdays to have people in here. Oh, the giant ogre is not running. He's not even lit up tonight. I love these giant skeletons they got. Let me get around to the front and get a better look. Here's a better look at those skeletons. I like how they have each one lit up with a different colored light. You can kind of see the knees of the green one over there. We have arrived at Hexed, and look at this. I think this is a new piece for Cedar Point. It's a distortions prop. The prop itself isn't new, but I think it's new to Cedar Point. I've never seen it here before. Or I'm sorry, that's not a distortions prop. I think that's a Creative Visions prop. Great job tonight inside of Hexed. And if you're a fan of Hexed, the original Hexed, good news, they have the regular show lights back. Last year they were doing kind of like a blackout thing where they were going through with a flashlight, but I think it works a lot better this way. It seemed like they were a little short-handed actor-wise, but again, just like Slaughterhouse, the ones that were in there did a really good job.
Yes, they did.
Really scared us. And one little like the animatronic special effect type thing got me really good.
Yeah.
It caught me off guard. Well, Cedar Point is closing for the night. We actually barely squeezed Hex in. In fact, we were the second to last group before they closed the house. So I'm hoping though we can get a quick look at the merchandise at the front of the park if that store's still open. But it's always fun to look at the cemetery of defunct rides or retired rides. And something kind of interesting that I noticed, unless I missed it, I did not see a tombstone for Top Thrill Dragster. I already was pretty suspicious that when they say they're retiring the ride, they're actually just going to end up renaming it and probably retheming the queue. I'm not guaranteeing that that's the case because it doesn't have a tombstone, but that might be a clue. Oh, I think we're in luck. I think we were going to be able to just squeeze in here, take a quick peek before they shut the doors. I'm seeing some cool stuff in here. They have more of those Ghost Ride pumpkins. And these things are sick looking.
That is cute.
This is incredible. I don't know how much it is. $60. But if you're a big fan of Cedar Point Halloweekends, there you go. That's worth it. Look at that pumpkin. Well, it's not Halloweekend specific, but look at these. They're almost like little squishmallows. In fact, that one, they're kind of like squishable.
This one has a magnet so you can close it and open it.
Oh wow. What is that, like the Jersey Devil?
I think so.
I don't know. That is a really good shirt. They did a good job with all the merchandise this year. Oh, I showed you that sign earlier. This one's even cooler, I think. I think it's the same price. Fortunately, I didn't get a chance to see the Midnight Syndicate show here in the Jack Aldridge Theater. There just wasn't enough time. I have seen it in the past. It's absolutely awesome if you're coming out to the park. Do a better job of prioritizing your evening so you can check this show out. Don't be like me because you don't want to miss it. They do a phenomenal job. Well, I want to thank you for joining us here tonight at Cedar Point Halloweekends for the 25th anniversary of Halloweekends, or Halloween Haunt. It was good. I had a really good time. I'm disappointed that Bloodbath wasn't open tonight. You know, 2 years in a row you don't have one of your new things open. I don't know, I do understand things happen, but I mean, when it happens a couple times, you start to wonder. If you do come out and you do go through Bloodbath, please let me know how it is. I was really excited to try and go through it, and it just, you know, it didn't work out this year. Other than that, I think we had a really good time.
Yeah.
The actors were phenomenal, just like always. Had some really good scares. Seemed a little bit short-staffed, but I think that's also understandable. It's a Thursday. They've never opened for opening night on a Thursday before. This dude trying to get in here. What'd you think?
Good.
Did you get scared?
A little bit.
Just a little bit. But overall, I had a good time. What'd you think?
I had a really good time. I liked it. I'm glad we got through the ones that weren't open.
Yeah.
At least the lines weren't horrible.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, go see the Midnight Syndicate show. I regret not doing it, but we just didn't have time. It wasn't even crowded, and we barely made it through all the houses, and that's with one house not even opening. And I mean, we pretty much went from house to house to house, and there wasn't much of a line in any of them. But I don't know. I guess it's just that, you know, they don't open till 8 on Thursdays and Fridays, and it's just hard to prioritize all that. But
For sure.
anyway, thank you for watching, and like I said, let me know how Bloodbath is.